Today, we're heading into the mountains in the 1970s to tell an encounter that happened nearly 50 years ago. Let's dive in. I guess I should finally tell my story. It's been over 50 years and I still remember every sound, every breath of that day like it happened just last week. This was in 1970, maybe 71. I was 15, a Boy Scout, and that summer my best friend and I went to Arkansas to hike the Butterfield Trail near Devil's Den State Park. Back then the trail wasn't well marked, not like today. We had cheap surplus gear, a compass, maybe a hand-drawn map, real backwoods stuff. The morning was normal, humid, hot, and heavy with bugs. We hiked for hours, the trail narrowing and twisting through the thick brush. Then sometime in the afternoon, it just vanished. The path literally disappeared beneath the undergrowth. We stood there, sweating, confused, realizing we were lost. We tried heading west, downhill, because we thought we heard a motor somewhere in the distance. It took a while, but finally we stumbled out into the brush onto a wide, clear trail. Relief hit instantly. We dropped down to rest, sipping from our canteens, glad to be somewhere that felt like civilization again. That's when we heard it. Up the slope, maybe 40 feet away, something let out this call. I can't describe it perfectly, but imagine the cry of a primate crossed with a human scream, echoing through the trees so thick you can't see more than 10 feet in front of you. It wasn't an animal sound I recognized, and I grew up in the woods. Then the tree shook. I mean a big tree. We heard a crack, a thud, then saw the top swing like it had just been hit by something massive. We froze. I whispered for my friend to move further down the trail. I wanted to hang back, see if whatever it was would show itself once it thought we'd gone. Dumbest decision I ever made. He moved on, disappeared around a bend, and that's when it screamed again, louder this time, and another voice, deeper, answered back from his direction. That was enough. I ran after him, and right as we started down the next hill, I heard something tearing through the brush behind us, heavy, fast, snapping branches like twigs. I yelled, "Run," and we did. I looked back, just once, and saw it. It was tall, taller than any man I'd ever seen, covered in black hair that glistened in the sunlight. I only caught glimpses through the trees, flashes of its shoulder, chest, and face. But the face, it had this shine to it, a skin sheen that caught the light. It wasn't an animal's face. It was aware. It was watching me. I don't know if it chased us or just moved off, but we didn't stop running until we broke out of the woods, into a clearing full of cattle. I remember thinking, absurdly, that if cows were there, maybe we were safe again. We bolted across the creek, found the dirt road, and eventually flagged down a guy in a pickup who gave us a ride back to camp. That night, I told the park ranger everything. I expected him to laugh, but he didn't. He just nodded and said people see strange things out there sometimes. I'll never forget that. For decades, I didn't talk about it much. It was before the internet, before Bigfoot sightings were a thing, and I didn't even know what I might have seen until years later. Reading stories online and realizing how many others described exactly what I saw. One last thing, I forgot this part until recently. Earlier that day, before we lost the trail, I noticed a footprint in the mud near a dried puddle, barefoot, narrow, 8 or 9 inches long. Too small for an adult, too strange to be human. I remember thinking how weird it was for someone to be walking barefoot way out there. Now I can't help but wonder if what we heard were 2 of them, an adult and a juvenile. I'm old now, but the memory hasn't faded. Some nights I still can hear the scream echoing through the Arkansas woods. Well, I hope you enjoyed the story. This is the end, and I hope to see you in another video. I will be coming out with more encounters soon, as I already have multiple planned. Stay tuned, and I will see you again soon.